Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Bandwidth for Ham Nation is provided by CashFly at CACHEFLY.com.
This episode of Ham Nation is brought to you by ICOM. For more information, visit ICOMAmerica.com/HamNation.
This is Ham Nation, episode 351, May 16th, 2018, live from Hamvention.
Hello, everybody. Yep, you're tuned to Ham Nation. This is Bob Heil, and we got all these special people. We have Valerie, we have Gordo, and other people we'll bring in a second. But we're all together in Dayton, Ohio. It's the ham radio capital of the world, and this weekend specifically, yes. Yeah. Whoa. And we're also excited because there's a thing called Hamvention, and they moved. And they moved because, oh my gosh, it's so much better. We're going to tell you and show you about some of that. But there's so much here. There's so many luminaries here. First of all, we could not have been on the air tonight without Marty. Where's Marty? Yeah. Come on up here. Marty is incredible. We'll introduce him in a minute. But Val, how are you?
I'm doing great. We got here. Poor Jerry hit 3 deer yesterday, and we're here now, different vehicle. And so hopefully things turn up from this point on.
And this is special for you because you are the, Ham of the Year, right?
Yeah, I'm Amateur of the Year here. Dare awarded me that, and I'm very honored to accept that award. So.
Well, we're always honored to have you on. I'm just waiting for you to call us someday and say, hey, we don't talk to you anymore. We're going to go to NBC or something. Gordon West, how you doing, buddy?
I'm fine, Bob. Having a great time. 40 acres. They look spotless. We are ready.
We are. And Marty, thank you. KC1CWF is our IT man tonight. Thanks.
Apparently, yeah. It's awesome to be here. There's a great crowd. It's going to be a terrific couple of days.
Yes. And, of course, we're in the location of Contest University. We'll know more about that in a little bit. But I think what we ought to do is call up some of these wonderful people that are here and get some of these other guys here. Let's get, where's Brian? Brian, we'll start with some of the people that are running this show these days. Okay. Thanks for coming, Marty.
You're welcome. Brian.
Are you happy to be here?
I sure am. It's great to be here with all these wonderful hams.
Yeah. And you have something really special coming up. Where are you going in a few months?
Yes, sir. In a few months, I'll be going over to Germany to compete in the World Radio Sport Team Championships on one of the 3 youth teams. So I'm really excited. My partner is Matthias Acevedo, CE2LR, and we're really looking forward to it.
Well, we're really proud of you because kind of met you a couple of years ago when you came with your mother, and look at you now. You're going off to Germany. This is incredible. So congratulations, and thanks for making ham radio come to the youth. We're so happy about that.
Thank you, Mr. Heil, and thank you for all the other support.
Okay, well, we'll have more about it as the night goes on. We probably should bring up one of the DARA guys. Yeah, okay. This all happens because of one thing. Back at about 1953, there was a thing called Hamvention. And the Hamvention was a collection of hams that got together in downtown Dayton. It has exploded over the years to be 20, 30, 35,000. And we're so thrilled because they have a new location, and it's just such a great atmosphere. And one of the leaders is our good friend. Here he comes. It's Michael. How are you doing, Michael?
I'm doing great. Thank you all for coming to Dayton, Xenia,
Thanks for coming to Hamvention. We got a lot of surprises. It's going to be better than last year, far better. We're working on the weather. And I know that we've worked on that flea market. You're not going to believe it when you see it. It's been absolutely spectacular. A lot of hard work this year, a lot of volunteers, 600 plus volunteers, Bob.
Let's call up a picture. You sent me a picture a couple of days ago. Vic, can you bring that picture up? There's the new flea market. Tell them what you did.
Well, actually, it's even better than that now. We put the crossways in. All the lots are marked on it. But what we did, we worked with the county officials of Greene County. We worked with Xenia Township, Xenia City, and really got a lot of great cooperation. Even the state of Ohio volunteered, and they brought trucks in. And we got trucks of these asphalt grindings. And these asphalt grindings, when they go down, then we spread them around, and then we roll them. And it becomes like a road. And it's amazing. It's just truly amazing. So when you go in there tomorrow, I'm not a Friday, rather, and you want to get into the flea market, no more mud. So what are you going to complain about now?
You know, they have some new food. I found one today. Chuck, outside of the building we're in, they have it's frozen, and it's frozen. Actually, I think it's lemon pie but it's dipped in chocolate. It's amazing. And so there's all kinds of other things out there, new foods. And how many food vendors do you have?
No, I don't know. I don't know exactly, but there's a lot more food vendors. Did you like the food last year? All right, it's going to be even better, more exotic, and a little bit more junk for those of you who need some junk in your diet. You know, I myself have to have a certain amount of junk, I guess, to continue. But at any rate, that food there is absolutely spectacular. I want to say something about our sheriff, Gene Fisher of Greene County. He's a ham radio operator. He became a ham radio operator this year. He's the guy handling all the traffic. That guy has really been working very, very hard to make that traffic flow perfect, because now he feels like, geez, I'm one of you guys to make it happen. And he is. He's really going to make that happen. You know, and if there's any screw-ups or whatever, we'll fix it quick.
That's great. Well, I appreciate you coming down today. You've been driving a tractor all day, and I know that. I saw him out there doing it. So thanks for coming. Thanks for all you're doing. Thanks to Dara. You guys are something else to pull this together. And we're going to have a lot of fun this weekend. So we'll see you out there, and I appreciate it so much, Michael.
Can I say one more word? One more word. I want to thank this whole team here putting on these kind of programs. I want to thank all of the amateur radio operators who come and celebrate our hobby in this region. We're glad to have you in our hood. So we hope you have a good time, and I want to thank all of our 600 plus volunteers, vendors, everybody. Thanks. Thanks for having the program here.
Thank you. Okay.
Have a safe trip.
Michael, thank you. We owe a lot to Dara. You want to get some of your friends here?
I do. I think first I'm going to call up Sandy, because we got WRTC coming up. You just heard from Bryant, and this is a big year. Every 4 years, it's the Olympics of amateur radio, and it's called WRTC, and it's being held this summer in Germany. So, Sandy, why don't you just tell a little bit about WRTC, how many teams, where it's at, and all the fun stuff.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. First of all, I'm really happy to be here again this year. It's always fun to be in Dayton. And thank you very much. I'm happy. A big crowd here tonight, and it's fun to be here. Thanks. Well, WRTC, yeah, that's like the Olympic Games of the contesters every 4 years. And I'm really happy this year it's going to take place in Germany. And there will be 63 teams from around the world that will be competing against each other. And we are doing pretty well with the preparation. I mean, it's only 6 more weeks to go, kind of. So, how many
volunteers?
Oh, yeah, there are about 300 volunteers involved to set up 63 equal stations. It's in a field day style operation, 100 watts. And yeah, we will have lots of fun, and we will find out who will be the best contester in the world. So I'm myself, I will be a competitor too. My teammate is Tim, K3LR. He picked me as his teammate, and I'm really looking forward for this to this competition. And I think, Tim, we will do pretty good, hopefully. I do my best. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Well, we should probably pull Tim and Terry. Is Terry still in here? Oh, she did. Okay. Thank you, and good luck. Good luck. And as you heard, Tim, K3LR, is going to be competing with Sandy, but he's also very busy. Him and Terry are very busy right now because tomorrow is Contest University, and you're going to need that if you ever want to compete in WRTC. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about Contest University?
So this is our 12th year, Val, for Contest University, and we're very excited about it. We have a full tilt. Terry has been working very hard. Almost 300 will be here tomorrow morning. We're starting first thing, 7 a.m., and Doug Grant will be the first presenter just a little bit after 8 o'clock. But guys like Ray Novak, who has supported Contest University for 12 years, will be here to kick it off, along with Michael Coulter. And so this is a commitment to contest excellence and operating and the right way to do things. And we're very proud that 7,000 students around the world have participated in Contest University. So it's really very special. And all of these Dayton events happen because of Terry's hard work, all the things that she does to put these things together. And I couldn't be more proud of all the work that Terry puts in to make everybody have a great time here at Hamvention.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you. You want to say anything? No, I'm good. Okay. Also, do you want to talk to somebody? Okay.
Oh, I have a quick question for Tim. We're all looking at, it's got to be the largest geochron in the world. How did you do it?
We're very excited about this product. I'm glad you asked this question, Goro. This is a geochron on a 75-inch 4K Ultra flat screen TV. It's actually going to be mounted next week at K3LR in the shack, and it's just beautiful. But it shows the International Space Station, shows where the sun is, and we had the lights turned on for where it's dark. You can see the lights turned on. Even Gordo, it's dark in North Korea, but it's light in South Korea at night. Isn't that something? If they could ever get the lights on, maybe they'd have a transmitter on and we could talk to them, right? But this is the 4K Ultra Geochron. You can put it on any TV set, and it's available here at Hamvention and available online at my favorite store and your favorite store, DX Engineering.
All right, great. Thanks so much, Tim. Wow. All right, Valerie, who do we have next? Our Ham of the Year, Valerie.
Thank you. We have a special guest, Fred Kleber, Whiskey 9 Victor. He's actually from St. Croix. Did I bust a call? Whiskey 9, what? K9 Victor. I busted the call. I get a 3-point penalty. And so he was very active in helping to restore St. Croix. So why don't you tell a little bit about Hurricane Maria and the devastation you guys were impacted with?
Well, first, another bust. We had a double mult. It was Irma and Maria. So, you have all this training just like you do in Contest University, but you do all this stuff for public service, and they teach you, in these classroom exercises, they have injects. Well, now you're midway through your recovery and another Cat 5 is coming. And guess what? Those things happen. We had a lot of those kinds of things, and it was really gratifying to see the amateur community pull together and really recover. It was a long road. We're still not there. And thanks to everybody in the states that relayed and all our federal partners. So after 105 days of power, it's nice to have lights. We had a good tailwind coming in. So anyway, glad to be here. Enjoy the Hamvention, and hello to everyone in the listening audience there. So thank you.
And I'm glad you're safe. And he's still antennaless right now, correct?
No, I'm on the air.
You.
Yeah.
Well, I know you lost a lot of towers, or a tower or two. Antennas.
But DX Engineering has lots of them.
Yes, they do. And anybody you want to call up? Oh, Ray. Okay. Yeah. So Ray, this is the biggest event of the year for you? Do you think?
That's what they keep telling me. I don't. Right now, everything's been such a blur with my travel schedule over the last month.
So what's your showcase? You can be showcasing the 7610?
7610, the 7300 right now. There's a lot of excitement around that. And also Contest University.
Yeah, I know you're a big supporter of Contest University. Where are you at Xenia? What building are you in?
We're in Building 2, same building with the ARRL. Everybody likes crashing in on Mendelssohn's for all the surplus. I think this year they moved into our building where the traffic was, so we're looking forward to it.
And ICOM is one of those stand-up vendors out there. I'm a prize chairman on a lot of things, and they always come through, just like DX Engineering does, and Bob Heil. So I really appreciate that, what you do for the DX community, as well as the clubs.
Yep, and I forgot to wear my button. I knew I left something in the room, but I've got a bunch of them. So
I just wanted to say publicly on the air, none of this would probably happen if it wasn't for you and ICOM. We realize that. You've been a sponsor of Ham Nation from day one, and it wouldn't happen. DX Engineering, yourself, and several others, but you guys are always there. And I wanted to thank you, and Leo Laporte thanks you, and we're just really indebted to you, and appreciate all you've done. And saying all of this, I think they got a little clip here about what's coming up next. Victor, you want to run that, please?
Spring is in the air. Check out ICOM's line of D-Star radios. ICOM offers a variety of high-performance and innovative products, and you can stay connected around the world with ICOM's D-Star radios. ICOM's newest D-Star handheld is ready for the season ahead. Lightweight, compact, and tough, the new ID31A Plus is a great choice for any shack or those in harsh environments. 70 centimeters analog and digital, terminal mode, access point mode, and its IPX waterproof rating. The ICOM ID51A Plus 2 provides extended D-Star coverage, allowing you to listen to whatever you want. Terminal and access mode, send and receive text messages and pictures, DV fast data mode, and easy FM repeater setting. The compact and user-friendly ID4100A is a D-Star mobile with big rig features. Its intuitive interface, variety of operating modes, and Bluetooth capability make this the preferred D-Star option for those on the go. Integrated GPS receiver, new dot matrix display for enhanced DR mode and GPS information, terminal mode and access point mode, applications for iOS and Android devices, and there's a micro SD card slot for voice and data storage. ICOM's ID5100A has taken innovation and mobility to the next level. With its touchscreen and internal GPS, this radio is a must-have while assessing a situation. 5.5-inch display responds naturally to the touch. DV-DV Dual Watch receives both FM-FM and FM-DV modes simultaneously. VS-3 Bluetooth headset provides hands-free communications, and you can show your position, course, and speed with the integrated GPS receiver. Learn more about D-Star today. Visit icomamerica.com/amateur. And you can tune in and enter to win after each episode of Ham Nation. Go to icomamerica.com/hamnation and register to win some great swag prizes like t-shirts and hats, and learn how you can win in the monthly grand prize drawing for new radio. For May, it's the ID4100A entry-level D-Star mobile with big rig features. VHF, UHF dual band transceiver with built-in GPS, a micro SD card slot for voice and data storage. There's an Android and an iOS app available, and it has DV and FM near repeater search function. So after this episode and each episode of Ham Nation, go to icomamerica.com/hamnation and register to win. Someone's going to win, and it might as well be you. Thanks, ICOM, for making Ham Nation possible. And, last week I asked a question here because I was Bob wasn't here. He skipped out early. So I'm going to give away his book. And I asked a question that you could find the answer to in this book right here. I was talking about a regular XLR connector, like one of these right here you might use on a microphone cable. And I wanted to know which of those 3 pins in there is ground or shield hooked to. Well, we had a winner. It's Brian Smith, KI6ERR. And he said, George, with a Canon connector, and that's another name for these. Pin 1 goes to ground, pin 2 goes to positive, pin 3 goes to negative. So congratulations, Brian. We'll be getting this book out to you right away. Great resource, lots of good ham radio and sound engineering information in here as well. Thanks, Heil Sound, for giving us those to give away there. And for next week, I have another question here. Now, you guys may remember Clyde Hanley. We had a short interview from him right here a few weeks ago. He was an engineer with WLW during the 500 kilowatt days, also was instrumental in getting the VOA Bethany side up and running. And, I shot a great interview with him 4 years ago when we were in Dayton and just got it posted. Oh, yeah, there it is right there. Just got it posted recently, and that's on the Amateur Logic YouTube channel. If you go there, go to YouTube, just search for Amateur Logic and Clyde Hanley. That should come right up for you. Clyde's a great guy. We're really going to miss him. They recently had a celebration in his honor at the VOA transmitter site at the museum there. And Dave Snyder wrote me and said there were about 100 people there to celebrate Clyde's life. And part of the festivities there, they circulated some basic logic questions here that were some of Clyde's favorites. So I thought I would ask one of these tonight. And if you got the answer to this, well, you'll be this week's winner. But here's the question right here. If you went to bed at 8 o'clock at night, you wound your clock and then set your alarm to get up at 9 in the morning, how many hours of sleep would this permit you to have? Now, it sounds like a pretty easy answer there. So let's see, though. It's a basic logic question right from Clyde. So send your answers to me, hamnationcontest@gmail.com, and we might draw your name if you got the right answer to that next week. And what you're going to win, well, you're going to win one of these MFJ 2703N or just a 2703 three-way antenna switch. It's a great, very heavy-duty antenna switch here. As a matter of fact, I use some of these myself. It's good for up to 2 kilowatts. And they work all the way from DC to 800 megahertz with the SO239s or up to 1.5 gig with the Type N connectors. So if you'd want to win that right there, answer the question I just asked, hamnationcontest@gmail.com, and you might be next week's lucky winner. And now, without further ado, the man who knows all the news that's worth being in the news, here's Don Wilbanks.
Hey, thanks, George. I tell you what, I've seen a little bit of that Clyde Hanley interview, and it's just amazing the work that he did with the WLW and the 500,000 watt, and of course the Voice of America shortwave. If you're listening to WTWW right now, another big shortwave radio station, 5085 and 12.105, you're hearing us and the audio from Ham Nation. We do it every week, and so we thank them for their support of Ham Nation. And you can always email them if you'd like. Email at WTWW.us. And if you listen tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central, you will be able to hear Michael Coulter talk about Hamvention. It's an interview that was recorded previously Ted's going to run that tomorrow, and it should be very, very good. A little bit of housekeeping. Want to say hello to Eric into KOJ, the King of Jersey. He's watching tonight with his mom, Justine. Justine is not feeling the best these days, and so Justine, we're awfully happy that you're watching, and we're sending up prayers and got our fingers crossed for you, Justine and Eric. So there you go. And that said, let's talk a little bit about the news before we go back out to Dayton and Hamvention and the assorted throngs of people there. Right now, here's a little bit of the news from Amateur Radio Newsline. From Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2115, these are the Ham Nation headlines for Wednesday, May 16th, 2018. Are you ready for Dayton Hamvention? You'll notice new rigs for your shack and old friends for those eyeball QSOs, and you'll notice some changes. Brian Markland, N8 UDQ, Hamvention's inside exhibit chair, tells us a few differences this year compared with the last.
Well, the first thing that people will notice this year is our traffic committee has worked really hard to work out the kinks that we had last year. I would encourage everyone that is able to do so to use the satellite parking. It makes it easier for everybody, and we have put something new in place for 2018 to help with the satellite parking. We now have a package pickup area. So if you go out and you buy a 500-pound amplifier out in the flea market or some other large item that you don't want to carry back on the bus, you can check that at the package pickup. They'll give you a ticket. You go get your vehicle, and our volunteers will even help you load it in your vehicle if you need assistance. That, I think, is one of the more significant things we've done for this year.
Thanks to Hap Holly and the Rain Report for that audio. Like Hamvention itself, there is more to the story, and it's all in the full edition of this week's Newsline Report. Another venue, Huntsville, Alabama, is getting some extra action after this summer's Hamfest is through.
If you think the Huntsville Hamfest this coming August is the biggest amateur radio thing in Alabama this year, think again. Just a few months later, AMSAT North America will be holding its annual Space Symposium in the city. Space and satellite enthusiasts will converge on the U.S. Space and Rocket Center November 2nd through 4th for the 36th Annual General Meeting and Symposium. So what's the big deal? In addition to business as usual, there will be a whole lot of amateur satellite presentations on the agenda, along with announcements of plans for the world of amateur satellites. Details can be found on the website amsat.org, as well as information about local hotel accommodations. Things are looking up, way, way up, in Huntsville. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Andy Morrison, K9AWM.
Of course, Huntsville is the home of the Newsline Young Ham of the Year Award presentation. And there are a few more young hams in New York State's Adirondack Mountain region thanks to the efforts of one local school.
Amateur radio station W2MCS is just about ready for prime time. The finishing touches are underway on the IRLP node 4592, and that will get this small high school station connected. The node isn't the only thing that's new inside Mariah Central High School. The club itself is new, and it has gained the support and partnership of the local Champlain Valley Amateur Radio Club. Teacher Matthew Prey, K2AJO, the amateur radio coordinator for the upstate New York school, told Amateur Radio Newsline that the genesis for the station was a technology club he began last September at the school. Now there are 4 new hams, a brother and sister who are students at the school, and 2 more school staffers, and there's a shack in the Educational Technology Center. There are 3 VHF UHF antennas atop. The newest development is a second shack. Someone donated a mobile radio and power supply with antenna. Meanwhile, the IRLP is configured with a desktop computer, and there's a donated radio connected, so once they're on the air, be listening. For Amateur Radio Newsline in beautiful Lake Norris, Tennessee, I'm Stephen Kinford, N8WB.
Speaking of young hams, we're in the final days of the nominating period for the Bill Pasternak WA6ITF Young Ham of the Year Award. You'll find full information and the nominating form on our website, www.arnewsline.org. Just look at the top under the YHOTY tab. Nominations close at midnight on Thursday, May 31st. For the rest of this week's Amateur Radio News, please listen to the full Amateur Radio Newsline report online, on a repeater near you, or on shortwave radio station WTWW at 9930 and 5085 kilohertz. And that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline, your independent source for amateur radio news for 4 decades and counting at www.arnewsline.org. With Brian Marklin, N8UDQ, Andy Morrison, K9AWM, Stephen Kinford, N8WB, Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team across the globe. I'm Don Wilbanks, AE5DW. 7-3. We'll see you next time here on Ham Nation. Now here's the solar update from Dr. Tamitha Scove.
We have a new coronal hole that's rotating into the Earth strike zone and could give us some more storming. And a new bright region rotates into Earth view. Will it be enough to keep emergency communications on the up and up? Those stories and more in the news this week. We have finally calmed down from that blast of fast solar wind that brought us up to moderate level storm conditions just a little bit more than a week ago, but we don't have much time to rest. There's a new coronal hole that's going to be rotating into the Earth strike zone here within the next day or so, and it is smaller than the previous coronal hole, so it won't give us nearly the intensity of the storm, but it could bring us some active conditions, which means aurora down to mid-latitudes, possibly for about a day. Meanwhile, we do have another bright region that's rotating into Earth view off of the sun's east limb. Now, it's not bright enough to be officially called an active region, but it is managing to boost the solar flux just enough so that you emergency responders and amateur radio operators are still enjoying marginal radio propagation on the bands. Switching to your M-flare threat meter, you can see we've been incredibly quiet. This is the way it is at solar minimum. Our X-ray flux is well below the B floor, and that by proxy, the solar flux is very low as well. And this is what it means to have a spotless sun. Luckily, we do have a few bright regions that are boosting the solar flux enough for you radio amateurs and emergency responders. We're hovering right at the low end of marginal conditions for radio propagation, and it looks like it's going to stay that way easily over the next couple days. Switching to your solar storm conditions, you can see back on the 5th is when we got hit by that last blast of fast solar wind that bumped us up to moderate storm levels back on the 6th. And then it just kept coming. It bumped us down to active conditions and unsettled conditions, and then back up to active conditions again, and back and forth, clear through the 12th before things finally began to settle down. We went to unsettled conditions, and then we finally dropped down to normal conditions, which is pretty much where we are right now. But this isn't going to last, because in the next 24 hours or so, we are expecting the fast wind from that other coronal hole to hit, and it will bump us up back to unsettled conditions easily, probably active conditions for a short while, and it could even bring aurora to mid-latitudes for a little bit. Switching to your solar storm conditions and aurora possibilities over the coming week, we are anticipating the hit from that fast wind from that coronal hole that's rotating into the Earth strike zone. At high latitudes, NOAA is expecting minor storm conditions with about a 50% chance of a major storm. At mid-latitudes, we're only expecting active conditions with about a 25% chance of a minor storm, but it's not going to last all that long, if at all. So your aurora photographers, you're going to have to stay on your toes. Switching to your solar flare and particle radiation storm outlook over the coming week, despite having multiple bright regions on the Earth-facing disk right now, we do have a spotless sun. That's because none of these regions are strong enough to be considered sunspots. Nonetheless, they're still boosting the solar flux, which is good news for you amateur radio operators and emergency responders. We're hanging on to the low end of marginal right now, and that should last over the next couple days before things begin to dip back down into poor conditions. But never fear, we do have another bright region that will be rotating into Earth view here in about the next week. So the space weather this week has finally settled down just in time for us to get revved up by a new solar storm. We have a coronal hole that's rotating into the Earth strike zone, and it should be sending us some fast solar wind anytime from now to about the next 24 hours or so. And this storm, even though it's smaller than the one we just had last week, it should be strong enough to bring us aurora possibilities down to high latitudes, possibly even mid-latitudes for a short while. So your aurora photographers have to stay on your toes. Now, meanwhile, you amateur radio operators and emergency responders, you are hanging on to marginal radio propagation right now because we have a new region that's rotating into Earth view and it's brightening up the sun a bit. So the solar flux is staying reasonably high, and that will persist for the next couple of days before things go back into poor conditions. But don't despair, because within the next week, we'll have yet another bright region rotating into Earth view, and that will give solar flux yet another boost. I'm Tamitha Skov. Thank you for watching. The sun must be getting ready for Hamvention because there's a new active region rotating into Earth view, and I've never seen anything like it.
She drinks, you know. Bit of a drinker. Bit of a drinker. Hey, it's nice to see Marty Sulloway and Bryant Rascal. Casey went CWF, and I'm blanking on Bryant's call right now. Sorry about that. But some rising stars in the youth of amateur radio. Marty is the current Amateur Radio Newsline Young Ham of the Year, and Bryant will be one before too much longer. I'm absolutely positive. So anyways, it's great to see you guys in there. And that'll do it for me, I think, here. Gordon, what's going on over in Dayton?
Gordo is busy finding a couple of people, but look who just walked in. Look at this. Whoa.
Ah, Jerry.
Ellsworth, did you bring your soldering iron?
No soldering iron.
What are you doing this week?
I've been playing with network radios. Remote stations and stuff like that. Yeah,
okay. Got it. Well, it's so good to see you. Where's Amy? Amy here? Amy,
she heard there was a camera, so she ran.
Well, it's always nice to see you, and thanks for saying hi to everybody. Really great to have you here. All right. Yeah. Amy's coming. If you don't know about this pair, Google Jerry Ellsworth. Just do that. Hi, Amy.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. Did you bring your soldering iron?
Not this time, but I'm sure Jerry could actually make one.
Okay, but you brought your pencil and paper for Contest University.
Did. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's your first time, right?
Yeah, this is my first time.
Oh, man. It's going to be great.
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for saying hi. Really good. And as I say, these are just two unbelievable ladies that do incredible things with electronics. And so you want to you want to get that looked up on Google. Gordo, you did find somebody very important.
Well, everyone here is important. In fact, we're going to hear from everyone very shortly on the count of three. But so important is the oldest amateur radio club, the Radio Club of America. Barney is on the board of directors. Yes. I'm a fellow, and I'm honored to be with the group.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to mention Radio Club of America, being the oldest radio club in America, is made up of amateurs and other people in the radio industry, broadcast, public service, and cellular industry. And we have a booth at Dayton this year. Stop by, learn more about us. We do a lot of good things, scholarships and awards every year.
Well, thanks, Barney. And Susie and I look forward to seeing everyone in November in New York City.
It'll be a great time.
Right. Thank you so much, Barney. Look at the great pin that you can earn as a Radio Club of America a member. It's great. Speaking of good things happening, Ward Silver, N0AX, a great radio columnist for QST magazine. Did you see the latest issue of QST? Wow, is it great? Ward, how about talking about the YASME Foundation and, I understand, 2.0?
Ham Radio, yes. YASME Foundation and Ham Radio 2.0, that's just a phrase that we've been using. And Jason, KC5, HWJ, I think, also has a YouTube channel. Ham Radio 2.0. And it's just talking about the new things that are happening in the younger operators, like Youngsters on the Air, which is very active from Europe. So we're sponsoring an area here at the Hamvention that is called 2.0 Row, Ham Radio 2.0 Innovation and Discovery. It's next to the Hamside group that sponsored the Solar Eclipse QSO party. We have the results of that all done. There have been several papers that have been published in the professional literature. More have been accepted. It's a big deal to have the hams cooperating with the researchers, and I'm really excited about that. Yasmi's role in this is just to help facilitate, get people together, get them talking to each other, have a good time, and that's where the ideas come from. So that's what we want.
And Ward is the front man for the band playing this Friday night.
Yeah, the bag man is more like it. Yeah, right. This year, instead of the Spurious Emissions, we have a new lineup, and it's called Working by Numbers, and the singers are called the Incessant Callers. And here we have one of the Incessant Callers right here, and so it's going to be me and Spurs alumnus Scott Robbins, W4PA on bass, Will Roberts, AA4NC on guitar and vocals. Mel, KJ9C, is going to bring a harp and a conga. I mean a mouth harp, not a big one. And then we have N5OT, NV9L, HOTY, Ham of the Year, and Katie, WY7YL, and Dwayne, WY7FD, and they're the singers. So
and it's free. It's Friday night, second floor of the Crown Plaza. It's a lot of fun.
Starts at 10, ends at pizza. Okay. All right. So that's fun. We're going to have a good time this year. Thanks.
Thank you for all you do and what the Yasmi Foundation does. They've done a lot of good things I saw in firsthand in Puerto Rico, so we really appreciate it.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you. And your articles as well. And next I'm going to call up Steve. He is one of our net controls. You've probably talked to him. He was on 20 mostly when it's open, and 80. Yeah. So why don't you tell a little bit about net control and how it helps really promote the show and what it does with how it coordinates with Ham Nation.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm Steve W7UDI. So what we do on the net control is we do ham radio. Unlike Don, who just talks about ham radio, we, myself and a few others, we have Kevin on 40 meters. We have the D-Star net controllers. We have the DMR, and we have the Echo Link. So after every show, we just get on the air and we just get together with everybody and who wants to come and chat with us. And we also promote the show. We talk to people all the time. I talk to people all the time about they've never heard about Ham Nation, and also bring up about the Pine Board project. So
Bob's too proud to bring this up himself, but I spotted this when I first walked in. Bob won the ARRL Pine Board Project, won the voted best article from QST for January of 18, and that's a really nice award. Congratulations, Bob. That really helped, I think, helped the show a lot. That was a wonderful project. Everybody loves it, and congratulations, Bob. You're doing a great job. You do so much, so well.
That project started out because I want everybody to build. And about a year ago, we started building little things, and it got bigger and bigger. We have hundreds. And how do we know that? From AES. That's Antique Electric Supply. That's not the old AES. They know how many parts have been sold. They keep running out of parts. But it's really refreshing to see so many, from 12-year-olds to, we have a 90-year-old. We have a retired father. It's just amazing how many people are building again. And now it's a 3-band, 160, 75, and 40 AM. And it's just amazing what's happened. So, yeah. So join the show every week, because we don't know what we're going to build next, but we're going to have fun doing it. Well, we appreciate everybody being here tonight. One of the things we want to do is move the camera around a little bit. Why don't you talk to the folks while I do that?
Talk to the folks.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So we got a nice little room here tonight. Should I go talk to the folks in the audience? First time here? How many times have you been to Dayton, and what is your name?
Times. Norma Libby. Norma Hatfield. I'm sorry.
Is it 4th year?
Yes, it is. And I'm
And what's your favorite part of coming to Hamvention?
West.
Gordon West. She's a big Gordon West fan. What's your name?
I'm Cookie, K3LEA, and from Hermitage, Pennsylvania.
Is it your first time? Probably not.
Oh, heck no. I can't even count how many times I've been here now. I had to wait and get my license before I could come. So it's been a few years.
It's a fun event. What's your name?
Wow, George, W1EBI from Boston. I think this is visit number 6.
And what's your favorite part of Hamvention?
I have to say Contest University.
All right. Let's get some more people here. What's your name?
Wayne Helms, N4HWH, my first time here.
And where are you from?
Kannapolis, North Carolina.
All right. And are you enjoying it so far?
Yes, I'm enjoying it so far.
And are you going to do Contest University tomorrow?
University tomorrow morning. Yes.
First timer. Welcome aboard. You're going to love it. All right, I think we're going to head it back to... Oh, we're about done. Well, everybody, thank you so much. Everybody say goodbye. And we'll send it. Oh, we have to do the last call?
Yeah, all right. We have to have the last call, and it's your call. Let's see who we can make out the loudest. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, my goodness. Tim, I'll let you figure that one out, huh? Great job, everyone. And now here's Bob.
Well, thanks a lot. We appreciate viewers because we probably got you dizzy with all of this stuff. But we have a lot of fun. We're trying to get you to come here next year. That's
this year.
Even if you could catch a plane tomorrow, you can still make it, or you can drive. But and the thing about this whole thing is, there are so many people behind the scenes at Ham Nation. And we didn't have Amanda here, but I think we're gonna do a fundraising next year to get her and Jeff here. And Amanda's got to be here. Amanda,
there she is.
There she is.
That would be fun.
Be super.
I would really enjoy that.
Yeah, we have to get you here. Don has been here, so we'll get him back again.
Right.
And George will be here shortly.
That's right.
Yeah, he's gonna get into bicycle.
Don't forget our forums.
And then, of course, all the forums. There's so many things going on here. We're having a Ham Nation forum at 10:15 Saturday. There'll be 400 people there. I hope you're one of them. If not, come and join us. Even if you're watching and you don't have a ham radio license, you won't believe the country fair atmosphere in the new location of Xenia. You guys notice that?
That's right.
All kinds
I'm
of.
a country girl. I used to enter my pies into county fairs, and so I love the new location.
It's great.
Oh, hey, Bob, before you guys go, can I ask you just a couple of questions?
You can ask me a question. I think you can. Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, you always have a display there. Tell us what's new in your exhibit this year. Any new products that you want to talk about?
Well, we're doing the parametric receive audio system. We're showing that, and it's been a 2-year project, and we finally will be able to make receivers sound halfway decent. Our own powered speakers and amplifiers, and the parametric equalizer for receive, not transmit. So we'll be showing that. We have a couple of new headsets for the emergencies. You're going to love this one. It's yellow, so when you go out, people will know what's going on, and it's perfect for handy talking, stuff like that. And, of course, everybody will be there, Steve and Donna and Derek and Jerry. So we're all there to help. We have a 100-foot booth. And, of course, Ham Nation is in that booth with us, as well as Newsline. So we're looking forward to a big year here at Xenia, Ohio, at the Dayton Hamvention. Wish you were here.
I do, too. I really do. And, Gordo, same question. What are you exhibiting this year? Anything new?
Yes, our new technician class book is out. The audio is out. The software is out. It's out. It's available. So that's what we'll be doing, and just meeting all these great DXers that'll even be even greater after tomorrow and the next day here.
Very good. Well, I was hoping to hear everyone say CQDX, and I did pick out one call. I heard somebody ending in Charlie, by the way. So, ending in Charlie. That's all I could pick out. Don, over to you. Anything for the gang?
No, I wish I was there too. I'm sorry to have to miss it, but I will tell you that for those of you watching who are going to be at Hamvention, if you'd like one of these silly, goofy I'm Not Wilbanks buttons like this, they are at the Hamnation booth, and that's blowing that out too bright. But anyway, you've seen it. They're at the Hamnation booth right next to Heil Sound. I think the idiots at Newsline, the staff at Newsline, did like 500 of these silly things. So if you want one, that's where you can find it.
I want one.
All right. Very good. Well,
we'll get you one, Vic.
Yeah. Been a lot of fun. Well, we're going to go eat some pizza and whatever, right?
Yep. We're going to eat pizza, be merry.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with us. Thanks for supporting all of our advertisers over the year. And we'll be back here next week, and look forward to talking to you on the air. That's the main thing. Get on the air. So thanks a lot. 7-3 to most. That means best wishes. And we'll talk to you next time right here on Ham Nation on the Twit Network. Thank you, Leo Laporte.